Today we got the patch notes for update 2.5.0, and the update is currently available. Well, it's available for most people. I'm still waiting for it to download for me. I keep trying to refresh. It's not working. So in the meantime, I'm going to check out these patch notes. We're going to go through these things one by one, check out what's new, what's changed. Spoiler alert, there is no meta update. We have not gotten a weapon balance change. So it's not an update 2.5.0. Hopefully it'll come in the near future, but it's a little disappointing. There are a lot of new changes that are very welcome. So we're going to start off update 2.5.0, the one about the Dawning. General. New quests are available in the tower from Eva Levante, Amanda Holiday, and Commander Zavala. A new record book is available, offering new rewards for the winter season. They fixed an issue where some players did not receive the Student of History trophy, achievement, or sigil of the Young Wolf emblem for attuning all of the Rise of Iron artifacts. And they fixed an issue where some players were unable to complete the Echoes of the Past quest. For activities, we've got a whole bunch of new ones. So let's start off with Sparrow Racing has returned. There are 2 new racetracks have been added to the 2 returning from last year. Bounties and quests are available from Amanda Holiday. SRL license quest progress has been reset and new rewards have been added. Surrogate racing gear obtained from the SRL license quest now has light and can be infused, which is pretty exciting actually. SRL reputation has been reset to rank 0, so no cheating from last year. Players can obtain an SRL helmet from Amanda Holiday at rank 3, 1 per character. Players can obtain a Treasures of the Dawning from Amanda Holiday at rank 5, 1 per character, max 3 per account. SRL racing suits earned from SRL matches have light and can be infused. SRL can be launched via the weekly featured playlist in the Director. Crucible bounties and Jolly Holiday quest can no longer be completed in Sparrow Racing, so hopefully you got that done last year. Strikes in the Siva Crisis playlist, Siva Crisis Heroic playlist, and Weekly Nightfall now award medals and feature team scoring. Acquire new bounties from Zavala in the Bounty Tracker to complete in any scored strike playlist. 3 strikes have been reprised: The Nexus, The Shadow Thief, and Will of Crota. Siva Crisis and Siva Crisis Heroic playlists now include all platform available strikes. Dead Guardians are now automatically respawned at the end of strikes, so no more waiting on your teammates to revive you so you can go get your chests and your rewards. Fixed an issue with pathfinding that caused enemies to not properly exit their spawning locations. This prevents enemies in the Will of Crota strike from getting stuck in their doorways. Okay. Reduce burn effects on incoming damage done to Guardians. Outgoing damage by Guardians is unchanged. So strikes are actually going to get easier when enemies have a lot of burn. Omnigul last week was pretty difficult, and now that kind of strike should be a lot easier because the enemies will be doing less damage. Fixed an issue in Fallen Saber where the Ultra Shank teleported after its entrance performance. Thank God, that was super annoying. Fixed an issue where Strike Streak was not applying in the Siva Crisis Heroic playlist correctly. I didn't even know that. Fixed an issue where the Horde chests on Echo Chamber could not be stuck behind an invisible barrier. That's a nice fix. Increased time for presenting Archon's Forge offerings to the encounter starting from 5 to 10 seconds. Iron Lord bounties requiring Archon's Forge completions now influence the type of Forge offerings that drop. Forge offerings will be more likely to drop with the combatant type to match the Iron Lord bounties in the player's inventory. Reduce shields for bosses in Perfected Shanks offerings. Collections, we've got a couple of changes here, some welcome ones I might add. The Circuit and Momentum SRL Racing Gear sets have been added to the Holiday Collection for players who have earned these items. Circuit and Momentum Racing Gear obtained from the collection has light and can be infused. Class items have light and perks and require legendary marks to purchase. Ghost and Deviled Ghost have been added to the Holiday Collection for players who have obtained these items. Players can pay legendary marks to repurchase these items with random stats and perks. So, if you've got a ghost, but it's got bummer perks on it or bummer stats, you can repurchase them and keep re-rolling it, essentially, by purchasing it with legendary marks and hopefully get a tier 12 roll, which is really nice. 2 new emotes, Proposal and Whoa There, can now be withdrawn by everyone from the emote collection. So Proposal was basically only available to one Guardian up to this point, and now everybody can get it, which is kind of cool. Vendors. Xur has some changes. Xur once again sells exotic shards. Xur no longer sells exotic weapon ornaments because there's now a kiosk for that. Xur now sells a larger stack of 10 heavy ammo synths, which is great because buying 5 at a time took forever. Eververse has received a stock of new items. Of course she has. Treasures of the Dawning are now available and contain new sparrows, ornaments, horns, armor, and consumables. Players can receive 1 free Treasures of the Dawning each week by completing their first weekly heroic strike. Completing a Dawning set from Treasures of the Dawning on one class will grant the EV53 Glimmer Gold Sparrow and the Sunglow Shader. 9 new winter emotes are available for sale for the winter season. I can't wait to check those out. I love emotes. Rise of Iron's fall emotes have been added to the direct purchase emote rotation on Eververse. So if you missed out on any of the fall emotes, you can just buy them individually. Silver Dust Store. A new Silver Dust Store has been added to the tower. It is a collection that can be found in the tower between Eververse and the Postmaster. This collection sells a selection of past season items for direct purchase for Silver Dust, including exotic weapon ornaments. So what's this mean? This means that instead of buying a package that may or may not contain, probably it doesn't, what you're looking for, you can buy that thing individually, which is a better system in my opinion. The Silver Dust cost to apply exotic weapon ornaments has been removed. Silver Dust has been removed from Radiant Treasures, but still may be obtained by dismantling exotic weapon ornaments. The economy has some big changes here. Most of these are very welcome. The free weekly Radiant Treasure has been moved to the first weekly PvP match completion. Characters who are level 40 will now automatically convert uncommon engrams, green engrams, to weapon and armor materials on pickup. That's a huge change and a really welcome one. New bounties are available from Petra to assist players in gaining Queen's Wrath reputation. Class items obtained from Queen's Wrath packages now correctly display their stats. Fixed an issue where Year 3 faction class items were not properly contributing to faction-specific quests. Players can now purchase Wormspore from the Vanguard Quartermaster, which is huge. No more farming Wormspore. That was like the bane of any new weapon I got. Please don't be Wormspore. Please don't be Wormspore. Brother Vance now offers materials exchange for passage coins and Motes of Light. So you'll be actually able to buy passage coins using Motes of Light if you're short on them for Trials of Osiris, which is a great change. Skeleton keys have been adjusted. Skeleton key drop rates have been slightly increased in the Siva Crisis playlist, Siva Crisis Heroic playlist, and the weekly Nightfall. Players will now receive a skeleton key for their first account Nightfall clear per week, so 1 per account per week. Subclass quest class items can now be repurchased from the Speaker once earned. Legendary weapons obtained from the Gunsmith Rank 2 quest can now be repurchased from the Gunsmith. Crucible! We got some changes to the Crucible, not weapon changes, but we got a few other changes. Maps. Fixed an issue where players could become stuck in Vex geometry on the Burning Shrine. Game types. Added ability for players to wave off heavy ammo if everyone in the match does the wave emote in the first 30 seconds of a round. They fixed an issue where the end of round countdown could play twice if the round tied in elimination. Inferno Rift and Inferno Zone Control mode added to private matches. That's a welcome change. Supremacy score to win is now 120. Rumble Supremacy score to win is now 40. Supremacy Mercy spread is now 2060, down from 3090. Slight reduction of super energy gain in supremacy modes. Playlists. Icarus has been removed from the Rift playlist. The record book fixed an issue where supremacy mode variants were not counting toward record book completion. Bounties. Iron Banner Bounty Iron Marathon now correctly awards 10 points for a win instead of 15. Iron Banner Bounty Iron Support no longer credits you with assists that any nearby player earns. They fixed an issue where the highest score Crucible bounty did not work in Supremacy. Lord Shax no longer requires players to complete the mountaintop before offering his weekly Crucible bounties. Rewards. Increase the drop rate for Trials of Osiris vanity items. Nice. Fixed an issue where the Trials of Osiris shader, the Devoted, was not obtainable. That's nice. Increase the drop rate for Iron Banner vanity items and artifacts. These are great changes. Completing a daily featured Crucible activity now rewards 3 passage coins, up from 1. Completing a weekly featured Crucible activity now rewards 3 passage coins, up to 3 times per week. Fixed an issue where the Crucible Sparrow S39 Light Rider was not available through Crucible reputation packages. Added vanity items and ghost shells to Crucible PGCR drops. The Crimson Shell and the Sugary Shell have been added. I'm really excited. I never got the Crimson Shell. I was really disappointed about that last year. I'm happy I'll be able to get that. Emblem, the Crimson Crest, shaders, Rose Bright, and Valentine. Added Year 2 Crucible Legendary Weapons back to core PGCR drops. The Red Spectre, NL Shadow 701, the Ash Factory, the AS Luna, which is great, and the Party Crasher +1, which is not so great. Grimoire, they fixed a bunch of Grimoire issues. I'm not going to read through all of those, but essentially, if you feel like you've earned a Grimoire card but were not awarded it, when you go to Orbit, that card will be awarded to you, provided you have done the appropriate quest. So a lot of changes here. A lot of reward changes, a lot of quality of life changes, some new stuff, some new ways of competing. Obviously, the SRL is here. Some really cool stuff. Yeah, I am disappointed that there isn't any change to the weapon meta, but hopefully we'll see that before too long. Hopefully in update 2.5.1 or 2.5.2, whatever they happen to name it. But at this point, I wouldn't expect to see it before February, because we all know that January likes to take a pretty long, or Bungie likes to take a pretty long vacation around Christmas time, usually about a month. So I wouldn't expect to see any meta changes, any weapon updates until at least February at this point, which is a bit sad, but hopefully if we get a new February event like we did last year, Crimson Days, it'll come along with a sandbox update. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully my download is completed so I can start playing some SRL and these new strikes. I'm really looking forward to it. I'll be streaming on Twitch once I am up and running, so come and join me over there. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.